So with some of the things kicking around the news this week, I think it's a good time, and I've touched on this once before, I think it's a good time to talk safety here on the Ski Rex Media Podcast. Welcome everybody to the Ski Rex Media Podcast. Once again, I am Tim of Ski Rex Media. How are you doing today? You doing all right? I hope I don't look too disheveled. I decided to try and up my workout game a little bit, so I might, I'm cleaned up, wiped off, no real sweat there, but I might have a little bit. I'm wearing a hat anyway, so you can't see that my hair is a little disheveled, but I'm trying to get off that disabled list. And part of that has to do with today's safety topic, or topic of safety, I should say, because that's what we're talking about. First, let's give a shout out to a few of the people who are now represented on the wall. I don't know, I might have placed the one behind my head poorly, but we have Mount Snow to my right. We have J Peak dead behind me. Shout out to both of them. Shout out to Killington up here in the corner. That's all I have is the little sticker, so bear with me. And then shout out to the Alba Adventures family, Alba family, and that is the comic book, The Ghosts of Uller, which I can now say correctly without having to rehearse it first. So shout out to all those mountains I try to support the best I can, being, like I said, on the disabled list. Not all because of safety. Definitely not because of safety, but one of the things you got to do in preparation to be safe on the mountain, in preparation to be safe anywhere in any sport really, but since we're going to talk about skiing and snowboarding, one of the things you want to do is make sure you are physically ready, meaning that you are going to be able to control your skis, control your snowboard, even if you're doing uphill, control your snowshoes, control that fat bike, control whatever it is that you're doing for snow sports this winter. You want to be able to control that. And that's not just all in technique. Now, I will admit that technique has saved me a lot of times, mostly on bikes. And a lot on skiing too, but, has saved me. I'll tell you this, piss poor technique is what got me to break a wrist while inline skating. Some people say inline skating, great way to keep in ski shape, because it's so similar. I've never broken a bone skiing. I have been injured skiing pretty bad, but I've never broken a bone. I've only broken a bone doing two things, inline skating and playing basketball. That's it. Never broken a bone skiing. I'd say knock on wood, but this is the fake wood desk, so I'm not knocking on that now. But part of where I can say technique has saved me from serious injury, being in shape helps with that. If your body is strong, if your muscles are strong, you're not going to tear one as easily. You're not going to sprain one as easily. Like, everybody knows this. We hear it. That's one of the warm up before you get into your hard workout. It's all kind of part of the same thing, I think. Make sure you are physically ready to step out on that hill and do the job, get it done. And that's not just for your safety. That's for other people's safety. If you don't have the endurance, say, and you're coming down that hill and all of a sudden you hit that wall, figuratively speaking, and you have to, your muscles are shot, you're just weak, and you're on those runs, and you can't hold your skis or snowboard the way you should, get that turn right, get that, if you can't do it, you're going to hit somebody, and you don't want to hit somebody, you're going to go down in front of somebody. Remember, if you're ahead of someone, they're watching you. You have the right of way. But if you just kind of go down out of nowhere, they might hit you. They might. So make sure you are physically ready to be out on that hill. That is one reason why I'm not out on the hill yet. Because I'm not physically ready. And we'll get into that in a different video. That won't be for the main podcast. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll bore that for anybody who watches the mini casts. Doing a little plug in there for myself. Hashtag shameless plug. Hashtag shameless plug for the minicast. Anyway, like I said, part of the reason I'm not out there is that I don't feel physically confident that I can control myself in a safe manner. And I'm sure other people would thank me for doing that same thing. Not having the endurance anymore, maybe not having the strength to do it. Not having the core. My core isn't as tight as it should be, let me tell you. Six-pack abs is definitely more practical than just getting the girls to notice you. Let me tell you, it's much better to have it to ski. Nice strong core helps with your skiing. Legs too, obviously, but core is definitely good. So get your workout on. Keep strong. Do your best to keep that body active. That's when you die, is when you stop moving. I don't think people just die. All right, I shouldn't get into that because I'm going to offend or upset somebody. So I'm not going to I'm not going to do that bit. So let's just get through that part and say that, if you keep in shape, you're going to be better off out there. You're going to be able to prevent injury. You're going to be able to prevent injuring someone else. You're just going to have a better day if you're able to, be out there all day and not winded from the second one. From the first thing you step out there, you get winded, and you don't want to do that. But then you get out on the mountain, and you have to stay safe out there. Now, the thing is, I'm not here to teach you about safety. Some of what I'm going to say, I might be able to give you a tip or trick. I doubt it. Some of it's going to be kind of obvious. Some of it's going to be common sense. Some of it I'm not actually going to know what I'm talking about, which is nothing new here. But if you follow me, you'll get the idea. Once you get out on that hill, number one, pick a lift you know how to use. It is always safer for yourself if you know how to use the lift and talk to your lifties. I did my shout out to lifties. What was that, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? They will help you. Ask people around you to help you. I have seen some ugly injuries from lifts. And I'm sure we all have. A friend of mine, two of the people we were skiing with that day got caught on the chair. Both amateurs. One got caught up in the chair. The other got caught up on her. They actually went around the bull wheel and fell, her on top of him, from maybe 8 feet. Because it actually went off. Wait, were they off the deck? Yeah, they were actually on the bull wheel. As the bull wheel was coming around, they're about halfway around. That's when they fell. So they didn't drop 8 feet. That's wrong. But they did drop about 4 or 5. So that was not pretty. They didn't get seriously hurt. They didn't really get hurt at all. They had bruises for many weeks. Those didn't go away. So know how to use your lift. In fact, know-how is a big part of safety. We talk about all the equipment to keep ourselves safe, safer, and we'll talk about equipment in a minute. But we talk about, having this stuff, but do we know how to use it? What good is a helmet if you don't have it strapped on right? What good is a seatbelt if you wear it loose or behind you, just the lap belt? And I know that's not skiing, but you know what I mean. What good is the safety bar if you don't pull it down? Make sure that you know how to use the equipment that you're using. Meaning, if you're on the lift, if you're on a chair, pull your bar down, sit back. Don't have a backpack that's pushing you. You hear my voice change on the microphone, so I'm demonstrating being pushed forward. Don't have a backpack that pushes you way out. Have your safety bar down. Know how to step into your bindings the right way. At World Snow Day at Whaleback the other day, this past Sunday, I noticed people, getting snow. It was kids, young people, so they're a little inexperienced, and they just had snow caked on, and they're trying to get their foot into their bindings. These are skiers now, and they just aren't quite getting it. And if they would have gone up and tried to come down, they could have lost the ski because of the snow that's caked up, that's caught under there. And, I saw a couple of dads get downright mean, to put it bluntly, about, knocking their fucking boots off, actually, I think is what one said. Or maybe that's just how I heard it, and maybe I just wanted to swear because I like to swear. I don't know. But, they were getting pretty adamant about, guys, clear your boots. Make sure you do that. Make sure you're ready. Okay? Just make sure you're ready. I think it goes back to back to what I was saying about working out. Just make sure you're ready. And if you have any question of being ready, whether it's physically ready, not knowing how to get on a chair, not actually knowing how to ski or snowboard, say something. Don't second guess. Don't second guess it. If you're not confident, if you're not sure you can do it, if you know you shouldn't be up there, don't go. And to that point, listen when someone tells you not to go. Don't play. Here's one for you. Here's a safety one for you. We were at, I want to say it was Mount Snow. We were skiing one time. I brought up some of my friends. Shout out to New Jersey down there. Some of my New Jersey friends while I was living in New Jersey. I brought some of them up to Mount Snow. We went skiing. 3 of us in a line. Friend of mine, been skiing a long time. Good skier, better skier than I was. Me, experienced good skier at that point. Third friend had maybe learned how to do it either that season or the season before, but wasn't that experienced. He wasn't going without us, during our ski trip. He wasn't taking extra trips by himself. We were going down, and my one friend in front of me shouts back. He's like, dude, let's go to trees. And he's pointing. I said, great. I turned around, mind you, and said to my friend, go that way, not that way. Told him. Actually, this bites him in the ass again. And I'll tell you about that story, but I think I told this again. But he didn't listen. He thought he could follow us. Now, I didn't realize that, but we're in the trees, and I happened to turn and saw him in my peripheral. And I shouted to my friend, I was like, we need to get out. So we and back out on the trail. And we turned and went back on the trail. Our friend followed. He's like, I was doing fine. And we said, dude, you have never done that. Doing it there, I mean, obviously there's a first time for everything, but there's better ways to do it so we're not scraping him up off the snow. Point of fact, the other story that I was saying, this kid, I was standing at Stratton, and I was at a crossroad. You go one way, you hit Diamond. You go the other way, you stay on Blue. I was taking our very inexperienced group because most of our group didn't ski a lot. We would take these week-long ski trips up here to Vermont, to visit my friends from New Jersey. But my Jersey friends didn't go on their own. Like, they never did it themselves, and they weren't like me who did it for years and years and years at that point. And so I'm waving everybody out, right down, go to the right. And this fool went to the left. Now, I'm not saying I heard that same noise that Goofy makes in all those Disney cartoons where he gets into trouble. I'm not going to try and do the impression because I don't do it very well, but you know the sound I'm saying. I'm not saying he did that for sure, but I heard it. And it was a diamond trail. I couldn't tell you which one it is right now, but it wasn't long, but it was just a steep, and it was a drop he wasn't ready for. So I kind of just, turned my feet so my skis, turned just enough to start sliding up to the edge. Whoops. And I don't know where he went down, so that's why I just slid up to the edge, because I knew the drop was there, and I knew how to handle it, but he didn't. And I look over this edge, and his very first yard sale. So you hear the story of his very first tree run, and then you hear the story of his very first yard sale, to which I slid down right next to him and was like, so now do you understand why I said, inexperienced people go right? He said, yeah. I just want to keep you all safe. I want to keep everybody safe. And there may be times where, for me, I've tried to help keep people safe and maybe not doubted their abilities, but played it low. Like, I don't know if you can ski a diamond, or I don't know if you can ski a double diamond, or I don't know if you can ski bumps, or I don't know if you even want to. Because want also plays a factor in safety. If you don't want to do diamonds, even though you can ski them, you might not be up to task. Not saying it's a bad thing, mind you. It's just, if you don't have no want, don't do it, because you might not be in the right mindset, and you might biff, and you might hurt yourself or hurt someone else or kill yourself. So definitely know what you want to do, and then know how to do it. And that's actually what the point of those two stories was. Know how to do it. Like, I know that I've skied double diamond steep trails. I know that I've skied bumps and am not a fan of it, especially after my knee. And then there's another reason I'm on the DL. I do have a bum right knee, and, I do have to wrap it pretty tight when I go out, or get a new brace maybe. But anyway, I know I can handle pretty much any terrain that's out on the mountain. I can do your bumps if I have to. I go trees if I have to. I don't really want to. I've never been a fan of the tree skiing. I don't know. I mean, I guess I dig it a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe not my thing. I don't know. To each their own, I like skiing after dark. Not everybody likes doing that, and I'm afraid of the dark, so it's really kind of stupid. But anyway, so know what you can do and then want to do it. Like, I know I can do it, but because I don't want to. Say one day I'm out there and I just want to ride greens all day. I just want to enjoy the day and ride greens and do whatever. And, I'm at a mountain I don't know, and I take the turn, and I end up on a diamond. I can do it, but because I didn't want to, maybe I'm not in the mindset to do it. and that might get somebody hurt. So know what you want to do. Know that you can do it. Like, never be afraid of your, how good you are or how good you are not. Doesn't make you any better or worse as a person. Don't let that hurt your male pride if you're one of those. Don't let that hurt your arrogance or your ego, man. Just say, I can't do it because I've never done it, never learned how to do it. Especially if you've never learned how to do it. You see, there's assholes out there who will talk shit about someone not being able to do something. And then the person will say, I never learned how to do it. Then, that same person will like, well, you still suck. And I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, if someone doesn't know how to do it, how can they, do it? Water skiing, I don't know how to do it. If the first day I'd go out, I'd be under the water more than above it. And there might be some asshole that say, dude, you fucking suck. Do I? I'm still learning. But don't be afraid to say you don't know, because that is the safer thing to do. And, I don't think I talked about why we talking about safety. Have you seen all the issues that have been going on this week? I didn't. I should have put that in the intro. There has been the video I talked about with a pissed off ski instructor that got hit by somebody. There's been at least 2 avalanche deaths that I can think of, 2 or 3 this week, maybe more. I can't remember. There was a snowmobiler who died, a climber who died, a Tahoe ski instructor, I think, who died this week. 2 people, I think, in BC died. It's been a rough week. The guy at Winter Park, who was from Massachusetts, died hitting a tree while wearing a helmet. And we'll get into equipment. Like I said, man, it's been a rough week. So that's why we're talking about safety. And 17 minutes in, I know that's kind of stupid to put that in there, but that is why we're talking about this. And since I brought up helmets and equipment, know how to use your equipment. Know it. I know generally what equipment I would need to go do some, Rocky Mountain backcountry, say. What do I need? I need avalanche equipment, beacons, probes, shovels, airbag, breather maybe. I know all about that stuff, except for the fact that I don't know anything about that stuff. I've never used it. I've touched it, of course. And a shovel and a probe, yeah, those seem pretty like simple tools, but the airbag, the beacon, I understand the beacon because I like cartography, and it's similar, it's the other end of the GPS spectrum, than a handheld GPS or mapping or terrain. That actually kind of sounds stupid, but I think you know what I mean. It allows someone to find you with the right equipment. And if you do have a GPS tracker that you keep on yourself, if you're out in the backcountry, winter or summer, you know what I'm talking about. And, I could tell you what these are. I could probably tell you what they're used for, but can I tell you how to use them? No. So for me to go out there could be unsafe until I've learned. Learn what you can. Learn before you do it if you don't know. And I'm going to rehash things 100 times before this episode is over, because I just want you to be safe. I want you to live. I want you to be as safe as you can. Wear your helmet if you want to. Now, I've admitted that I've never worn a helmet skiing. I've worn it mountain biking. I've worn it inline skating. And in inline skating, it helped in a fall. I swear to you, inline skating is probably what was going to be the death of me. That's why I don't do it anymore. But wear your helmet. No, it doesn't guarantee you'll survive. But like any kind of safety equipment, it increases your chances of survival. It helps you to prevent serious injury. Just prevent serious injury. It brings up, let's put it this way. We all walk out of our house every day not wearing a helmet. Now, obviously, 99 times out of 100, we're going to be fine. But you put that helmet on, you might get up to 99.5. Yeah, you may never need it. Now, yeah, you may never get hit in the head. But you never know when a car driving down your street might kick a rock up, hit you in the back of the head. Maybe it'll be a serious injury, maybe you're not, but you're working to prevent it. Same with safety belts, seat belts. You're driving in your car. You may have not been in an accident for 5 years, but the chances of you, if you were to get in an accident, surviving that with a seatbelt versus without, we all know it's better. It is your choice to wear one or not. And I've always said that. It's up to you. Obviously, like I said, I didn't wear a helmet skiing, never have. Never needed one to the point that I've never been in an accident where on skis that I had a serious head injury. But then I've worn helmets mountain biking and never been in a serious accident doing that. And again, if you wear chest protection, skiing or snowboarding, that increases, or decreases your chance of injury. If you wear back protection, if you, wrap your knees or put on knee pads or wear wrist guards. For snowboarders, that's a wonderful thing. I knew a few snowboarders back in the day who different people would do different things. One would wear wrist guards. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes you can't help but fall on your wrist. That'll help you. Is a piece of safety equipment. It'll help. I knew snowboarders and skiers who wear mouth guards, like you see the football players. Sorry about that. Where like the football wears those mouth guards. Great idea actually, because you could get your teeth knocked out. You could be wearing your helmet, take a shot to the face. You've prevented your head injury, but you still need to go to the dentist for the next 6 months. Safety equipment is a wonderful thing. Go ahead and get what you feel you need. Learn how to use it correctly, and wear it. Whatever it may be. It's your choice. You don't have to wear anything, but or use anything, but know how to use it. Know how, if you using it correctly, you will, prevent injury. And that's what we're trying to do here, is prevent injury with safety and just be safe all around, because that's what I want you to do. I want you to be safe. And I know, and you're going to say, Tim, no matter how safe you try to be, there might be that accident. Again, this is all about prevention. You wear a helmet, you could prevent head injury. You wear wrist guards, you prevent wrist injury. You wear knee pads, you prevent knee injury, and so on for whatever year. We're talking about prevention. Knowing how to ski isn't gonna guarantee that you're not gonna get hurt. Knowing how to snowboard really well isn't gonna guarantee that you're not gonna get hurt. You could get hit by someone else who doesn't know how. But that's something else I want you to do too. If you're not good, say something. And by not good, I mean, not experienced, not, well trained, not, get your training. There's something else you can do for safety. Take a lesson from a pro. I've taught friends how to ski. I don't like doing it anymore. I don't, because I always feel like if they don't get it, then it's my fault. And if they get hurt or hurt somebody else, then that is my fault. And I'll own up to that, but I don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? I really don't want that to happen. I want you all to be safe. # be safe. And I want us all to be as safe as we can be while we're on the hill and, while we're getting there. Do the speed limit. Please use your turn signals. Not that I road rage, but yeah, I do. And, be safe getting up there. Know how to use your equipment. Know how to use the extra equipment if you're doing something a bit more difficult. Know how to use the chair. Know where to go. Have other preparation. Have some skills to keep safe. If you like to go backcountry, make sure, or if you're just like going out of bounds a little bit, make sure in case you get turned around, that you know how to do a little orienteering, or at least you know how to use your phone as a GPS, a tracking GPS. Or get a small one and throw it in your backpack. That you can get them kind of cheap now that don't do much. Also good for the geocaching if you're into that. I certainly am. I just want you to be safe. And I don't know if I got that point across, but with all the stuff that's been going on lately with the avalanches and, like I said, there was that video of that European ski instructor. She got hit by somebody. And we had a pretty good discussion. And it didn't last long, but it was two different sides, like she was still at fault for some things. And I'm not saying she wasn't. I'm just saying that dude hit her and took her off her feet and kind of took off. And that's not a cool thing. He didn't kind of take off. She kind of pressured him for his address. I don't know the rules wherever they were. Maybe you do have to exchange information like at a car crash. But, he was, he went right into her. Unsafe. But then someone pointed out maybe her class was stopped in the middle of the trail. Also not safe. If you're going to stop, pull over. Just like on the road. Pull the fuck over. Get out of the way. It's fine. If you're going to be in the park, make sure you baby step it. Don't try and go big Jerry send off the biggest jump. You can't do it. You don't know how. I don't know how, so I don't do it. But then I can't figure out how to jump anyway. It's kind of sad. Maybe not really sad, but not sad, not embarrassing. I'm not sure what it is, but I just can't get it. And I've tried. Believe me, I've tried. So did I get the point of safety across? I want you to be safe. And there wasn't a lot of tips or tricks in there. I can tell you that for me personally, like I said, I don't wear a helmet. The most I've done is braced my knee because I know it gets weak, and I know where to go on the mountains that I ride. I know which terrain I'm up to for the day. And when I was in much better shape, bit stronger guy, I knew that I could handle, being in groups of people, being around a lot of people skiing. I know I could keep control of myself and my skis, and that'd be that. Make sure you're doing that, and don't let anybody tell you that you suck for being safe. Be safe. Actually, there's going to be another article that I'm going to write that thought that I had for I'm going to put it on skirexmedia.com about a couple things that I might have done that were unsafe, revolving around ducking ropes. Don't duck ropes. The ski patrol puts those ropes there for a reason. And you see it all the time. You see the empty trail while you're on the lift. And you look down and you see the empty trail with just one set of ski tracks or a snowboard track coming down it. And you know that's closed, but someone ducked it because they thought it might be a little bit more powdery, or it was empty, or they were just arrogant, whatever it may be. That's not safe either. And not only is that not safe, if the ski patrol has to come down there to get you, it's not safe for them. Keep yourself safe. Keep everybody else safe. Do your best. And just ask around if you're not sure what's safe. Ask me. And here's where we get to the plug portion of the program. Ask me about safety. If you have questions about safety, no, I'm not an expert, but I can tell you what not to do. Maybe I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you what not to do, and you can ask me at skirexmedia.com. Go to skirexmedia.com, and you'll find all the contact information to ask me whatever you want. Maybe we'll do a Q&A one day. Am I getting popular enough for doing that? Is Skirex Media and Tim from Skirex Media popular enough to do a Q&A? I don't know, but you can write Skirex forever. That's the number 4, SKIREX, the number 4, ever, EVR, at gmail.com, and that's down in the description. You can click on that. You can email me. You can go to Facebook and make a comment or use that direct messaging. You can go to Twitter, comment, or tweet or direct messaging, all at Skirex Media. If you put that into their searches, you'll find Skirex Media. You'll find me. Instagram now. I'm on Instagram now, trying that out. Same thing. Direct message me through that. Send me a comment, picture, whatever you want to do. Ask in your story and tag me if you want to do that. That would actually be kind of funny if it was funny. If you're being serious, I'll be serious. But it'd be kind of neat to have happen. So all across social media. Patreon. I'm on that too. If you want to support the program, the Skirex Media podcast, skirexmedia.com, and all the social media commentary that I throw out every now and again. And, my smiling, friendly face. If you want to support that, go ahead and do that. Toss me $1 every so often. You'll see it. Go to Patreon. The link is down in the description. I think that's it. But if you go to skirexmedia.com, you can find all that stuff. And if you go down to the description, you don't have to memorize it by listening to me or watching me say it. You can go down to the description, find all the links. Everything is there. Closing this out with just being safe. Be safe. Doesn't matter if you're only in the learning center, or if you're going out to the big high backcountry mountains, the real mountaineering, or if you're a park rider, or if you're cross country, or if you ride snowmobiles, or if you're ski joring, or whatever you're doing. Do it as safe as you can. And if you don't know how, ask. Don't be embarrassed. Ask. Wear your safety equipment. Ask about more safety equipment if you think you need it. And just be as safe as you can, because I want you all to be able to walk off that mountain every day. All right. Now, I used to make comments about how, yes, I know skiing is inherently dangerous, but we can make it safer. Driving is inherently dangerous, and we take that for granted every day. At least I do. I love to drive. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Definitely be as safe as you can. I am Tim from Skirex Media. I'll see you out there as soon as I get myself back together safely so I can ride with you safely. All right? Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good morning, whenever you're listening to this. And I will see you out there. I'll see you around. Follow Skirex Media and Skirex social medias. Thank you guys. Later.